be in front of NFL GMs, coaches, scouts, and this is why you come here. And so just to have this opportunity is pretty special.
So knowing that you do have like kind of an uphill climb to get a job, right? How important is it that you kind of nail this?
Yeah,
and you nail
every snap matters. Every snap matters, and that's one thing that I was talking about with my dad is that every snap is an interview. And I don't take that lightly. Every time I go out onto that field, I'm trying to be as perfect as I can. And are there going to be hiccups? Sure, but everybody has hiccups. And so I'm just trying to eliminate as many of those as I can. Try to be as good as I can, and just show the scouts what I have.
Does it make it more pressurized because you play such a specialized position?
Absolutely. You have that sniper mentality as a specialist where you have one opportunity to go out there and do what you do best. A lot of these other guys, they have 50, 60 snaps a game to go and be All-Americans. We have 10. So it's a little bit different.
You were kind of hitting on this earlier, but how much knowledge can you get from Reed just when it comes to being ready for the challenge of making it?
Yeah. It's he and I talk every day. We're constantly sending film back and forth, talking about different schemes, different protections. We'll send different trick plays to each other, and so it's fun, but it also is. He's a huge resource to me to be able to learn, and he's a guy that's been through all of this whole process before, and so that's something that I'm using to my advantage, and knowing that he can answer most, if not all, the questions that I have.
What does he tell you about going through this, like the whole lead up to trying to get to a roster?
Yeah, he said that you're going to have an opportunity to go out there and impress scouts. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to go and take a grown man's job, and that's plain and simple. When I get to training camp with whoever I'm with, whether it's a draft pick, whether it's an undrafted free agent, I got to go and take a grown man's spot. So.
Is there an NFL long snapper model that you say, okay, this guy does it exactly the way it's supposed to be technically?
My answer would be yes, my older brother Reed, but that's because we've spent a lot of time around each other. I would say that he's one of the best long snappers in the league. There's a lot of great snappers. Rick Lovato and Morgan Cox, who are both the Pro Bowl snappers this year for Philly and for Baltimore. They've done an incredible job and have for a while. I've worked with Rick Lovato in the past, and I mean, those guys have it. They've done a great job. And those are guys that I spend a lot of time watching and trying to emulate after as well.
When you're talking about taking a grown man's job, this is a position that not a lot of guys get drafted to do this. So you have to, I guess, kind of scour the teams that have a need there. Is that something that you're in the process of doing?
Yes, and that's something that I've done a lot of research on to know, okay, who's looking for a long snapper. I've ranked the teams 1 through 32 to know, okay, this team needed a snapper yesterday, or this team doesn't need a snapper, but they may bring a guy in for training camp to compete. So there's different levels of it, but it's unpredictable. I mean, Buffalo was like number 21 on my older brother's list, and that's where he is now, and he's been there for 4 years. So you never really can tell. Obviously, if they use a draft pick, that's kind of out of my control. And so that I'll go wherever whoever picks me. But after the draft for an undrafted free agent, that's kind of how I have to prepare myself to know, okay, when the teams start calling, this is how I'm going to select where I want to go based on who has the best opportunity.
Blake, before the season started, you told me, you said that you came back to get a national championship.
Yeah.
You got it, and
yeah.
Now you're in the senior bonus. How was it having that cap off year and getting to enjoy this environment?
Yeah. Yeah, I write my goals on my mirror in my bathroom, so I see them every single day. And I had 4 goals going into this season. Number 1 was getting selected to the Senior Bowl. Number 2 was going to the SEC championship and winning the SEC championship. Number 3 was a national championship, and then number 4 was getting drafted. And so 3 of those have been checked off on my mirror. Number 4 is still up in the air, but that's why I'm here, and that's what I'm working towards.
You've been, with LSU, of course, the whole entire career. You had the consistency as a long snapper. What do you think that scouts should look at most as far as what you can bring as far as that benefit to the special?
Yeah, consistency is key. Whether it's kicker, punter, long snapper, or any position for that matter, consistency is key. And so that's something that I feel brings that I bring to the table. I like to pride myself on being a good leader. I lead by example, and so that's something that I think I bring to the table as well when it comes to a new team that may bring me on.